bands. Right here on drums, we got Jamie Evelyn right here. Alex Ecker on bass. You got Brent on guitar. And our maestro and music director extraordinaire, Benjamin Rahula. Wow. Oh my goodness. Here we are.
Welcome to the Comer Bowl.
Welcome to the Comer Bowl. Thank you for not watching the Super Bowl. Kansas City's gonna win. That's a spoiler. Go Birds! But yeah. Hello. This is my cheat sheet, everybody. What's in store for tonight? I figure the best thing to do for a show for me, my first concert, is to really let you guys get to know me a little bit. I have a stool right here. So I hail from a small town in Maryland called Frederick, Maryland. Yeah, any folks familiar? Were you passing through there to get somewhere else? It rests comfortably between the borders of West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. It was awesome. I am the youngest of 3 brothers. Any outsiders references? So I wasn't raised in a crazy artistic family. My brother is an actor. He's a working actor at that. Congrats to him. My parents were not artists. My mother works in medical aesthetics, so anyone...
He looks at me out of the corner of his eye.
My father worked in sales. So my parents were not particularly artistically inclined, but one thing that they did love was music. In fact, they loved music so much that there was an entire room in my house dedicated to music, like in the 90s, when you would have it was cool to have really huge stereo systems. They had one of those rooms, and it was called the Boogie Room. And it's where they would throw parties and have guests over, and in that room, you guessed it, they would boogie. So really I would sit there with my dad and my parents on off days, and they would just play music. And really that's where my musical taste started, was in the Boogie Room in Frederick, Maryland, a couple miles from the West Virginia border. And I thought it'd be fun for tonight for me to bring a little bit of the Boogie Room here to 54 Below for you guys. Get started with that. I have 3 glasses of water back here.
Lonely out in space on such a timeless fight. I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. No, 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 no. I'm a rockin' man, burning out his shoes up there alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. But I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 of them wanna hold me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1 says she's a friend of mine. Easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels fly crazy. That's not why you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy. Well, I was standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. Here we go, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, yeah, don't take me. I got so your sweet love is gonna save me. But we will never be here again. So enough time finding it. So take it easy. Yeah, that's my dad's favorite. I would climb any mountain. I'd sail across the stormy seas. If that's what it takes me, baby, to show how much you mean to me. And I know it's just the woman in you that brings out the man in me. I know I can't help myself. You're all in the world to me. It feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. It feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. It feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. Feels like the first time. Feels like the very So, welcome to the boogie room, I suppose. Okay. My first theatrical experience as an audience member was in the year 2004 at Governor Thomas Johnson High School. They performed the high school production of Les Misérables. Les Misérables, yes, yes, I love Les Mis. So I went in, and my brother was starring as Enjolras in the production, and I was 7 years old. I had never been to a theater, to a musical or play before, and I remember just sitting there being completely indoctrinated by my brother as Enjolras. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
I was hooked. I was totally sold. I'd never been to a musical before. It was like going to the movies, but it was like better. There was like people in front of you, and you could almost interact with them. You could almost talk to them, but then they would run away or they would scurry away. You could almost touch them, but like not in a strange way. They would like go backstage, and I was like, what are they doing back there? Where are they going? Am I going to see them afterwards? Who knew? But my brother would go on, and he would do other things. He would go on to do community productions, and he did a production of Carousel, which is a particular favorite of mine. And for the first time I cried to a musical, I must have been like 10. And this song in particular stuck out to me. If I loved you time and again, I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to know. So it wasn't until after I saw that production that I went to high school, and I sort of had a little bit of a hiatus from musical theater. I wasn't reintroduced to it until I saw the same high school that my brother performed at do Phantom of the Opera my freshman year. And I remember just sitting there. I was 14 years old. I was like, this shit is crazy. I should do this. And I had never heard an Andrew Lloyd Webber score before, and this one stuck in my head. Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the life you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. So, that following semester, when I was picking classes, we had like a little Scantron sheet. And I was like, I'm gonna do the morning announcements. That's what I'll do. I'll like broadcast the announcements to all of the homeroom classes. And that was gonna be like my artistic outlet. What I didn't know through procedural error is that I accidentally selected the advanced musical theater class. Yeah, it was advanced. You'd think there'd be like a prerequisite class, which there wasn't.
I guess the prerequisite is being tall, white, and straight.
Yeah, they were down for tall, white, straight boys. Aren't we all? So I went in, and I was like, there's a mistake. I am supposed to be in the newscasting class, and they're like, well, you're here now, kid. Didn't you hear? we have a cappella auditions first day. Get up there and sing. And I was like, all right. So I stood up and I sang the first thing that came to my head, and it was from a musical that I had gotten into that month because I was sort of like a theater kid. I was getting into it and I was listening to cast recordings, and it was this cut. Dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbye. Dire, sire, dies. I actually sang that part. Here she lies, no one knew her worth. The late great daughter of Mother Earth. On these nights when we celebrate the birth in that little town of Bethlehem, we raise our glass line. You bet your ass to La Vie Boheme. I got cast in a musical. How did that happen? Why did I let that happen? But I was cast as Johnny without an H. Warner in Zombie Prom. If anyone's familiar, it was an off-Broadway flop. I love the show. But really, it wasn't until the following spring when I was cast as Warner Huntington III. And Legally Blonde, I really started to experience what it was like to make a musical, to like collaborate with other artists and build a family and stuff like that, and all that stuff. But yeah, it wasn't until that point that like my relationship with musical theater, became serious. I see it in your eyes. I guess it comes with fear. To know it's not a surprise. I thought one look at you, looking like a dream come true, would leave me speechless like you always do. But now we're wide awake. We've got some plans to make. Let's take some action, baby. So baby, give me your hand. I've got some dreams to make true. I've got the future all planned. It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious with you. Since I was 23, my life was planned out neat. I'd get my law degree, and then when my Senate seat, a big White House back east, all the amenities, 3 kids at least, just like the Kennedys. Here's where our lives began. Just where do you fit in? I'll break it down now, baby. So baby, give me your hands. I've got some dreams to make true. I know that you'll understand. It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious. Gotta wake up and take our journey serious. I'm telling you as a future attorney, if you want the moon and sky, then take it, don't be shy. Baby, that's why you and I should break up. So there I was stuck in Maryland. I didn't know, I was playing sports and I was doing musical theater at the same time in high school. I was playing football and running track.
Okay.
And I was at a bit of a crossroads. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I took a gap year after high school, and it was kind of sad seeing all my friends go away to college, and I was staying at home working at a restaurant called Madrone's. It was like a bar and grill / Italian place. I could still serve up a mean steak. I was a terrible server. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I think a lot of people have gap years where they sort of sit and they don't really know what the next step in their life is. And, that's where I was. I didn't know what the next step in my life was. I was stuck in Maryland. the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs, finally see what it means to be living. We got a fast car, fast enough so we can fly away. We gotta make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. Enough so we can fly away. We gotta make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. So I believe it was the spring of 2015, after I had decided to audition to a few musical theater programs, I was accepted to James Madison University. Yeah, baby. I was accepted on scholarship to pursue musical theater. And I still didn't really know what the next step of my life was going to be, but I knew it involved the arts, and I knew that the arts were going to guide me through this next step of my life, and they were going to help me discover the artist and the man that I was going to be. And here I was, getting ready to take a leap. And I had a feeling that I belonged, and I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone. Be someone. So here I am. I'm in college, right? Yeah, it was a very interesting college experience. JMU, it's a state school. I was studying. I was a BA. So I was going to a lot of general education courses, most of which I loved, if they didn't involve math or science. Yeah, and I sort of felt like I was compensating because, like I said, I didn't get involved in the theater until I was, 16 years old, and I was there with a bunch of people who had started when they were like, dancing since they were like this tall. So I began like, compensating and like really, committing myself to sort of catching up and learning as much as I could. And I read a lot of plays, I read and listened to a lot of musicals, I watched a few bootlegs. Like all straight men in musical theater programs in their 20s, I got really into Jason Robert Brown. And who's brilliant, by the way. I love Jason Robert Brown. That dude can write a mean song. And this song that I'm going to sing next is a particular favorite of mine. I saw him perform it once. It's Subculture, which no longer exists. And yeah, this one just means a lot to me, and I hope you all can take a little bit from it. Barricades and take a stand or hold my ground. You'll never see any scars or wounds. I don't walk on coals, I won't walk on water. Somehow I graduated college. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Math and science classes, I don't know, I guess I just sort of locked in. But yeah, so I graduated, I believe, so May 1st of 2019, and then on May 5th of 2019, I was living in New York City. I went immediately to New York City and I started staying at subletting an apartment of an alumni of JMU, and I was living on 191st and St. Nick. And I was working as a host at Maison Pickle, if anybody is familiar. It was scary, it was horrifying. It was just a very intense restaurant. I wasn't making any money. I was auditioning here and there, just going to some open calls, and then my first real big audition was the national tour of Les Misérables. And they needed an immediate replacement for James D. Gish. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. Yeah, we got some Gish fans in here. Yeah, he's a great guy. So I went in and I auditioned, and I think it went pretty well. And then 3 days later, they had me come in for a callback at City Center, and I sang for the music supervisor, which was really, I think, just to make sure he was just checking to make sure I wasn't a psycho. And so I went to the local on 32nd with a few friends from school, and like an hour and a half later, I got the call saying I got the job, and I was like, what? So I ran out on 8th Avenue, just like the very typical like cliche thing, and I was just like, yeah, I got the job, and like everyone's looking at me like I'm a crazy person, and yeah, next thing you know, 3 weeks later, I was on a plane to Boise, Idaho. Did I just hear it? Alarm started ringing. Did I see sirens go flying past? Though I don't know what tomorrow's bringing, got a singular impression things are moving too fast. We're not actually doing that song.
We're basic, but we're not that basic, okay? There was one gay behind the cabaret, too. We can't do that.
He tried to talk me into it. I was like, no.
But anyway, you get it. Things were moving too fast. You got this.
So I went and I toured on Les Mis for 9 months. It was a dream show. It was the first musical I ever saw. It was like a perfect full circle moment. I went and I explored the country. I saw places I otherwise wouldn't have seen. Omaha, Nebraska, very underrated town, great place. Yeah, I went all over the place, and it was a dream. I learned like the pace of, professional musical theater. It was my first real job, and I toured for 9 months. And I remember we were in Durham, North Carolina. Yeah, go Blue Devils. And we were there. We were there. And there's a scene in Les Mis where Ebony dies very reluctantly, very long, and we all just sit there and watch her die. Everyone's on stage, and there's like a moment of silence where she dies, and everyone's like. But everyone in the cast, we were standing on stage, and we could hear like this symphony of coughs and sneezes coming from the audience, and we were all just kind of like. Looking at each other. And what we didn't realize was that something was happening here. This was March of 2020. And we would come to find that everything was closing. All the shows were being sent home. All the shows on Broadway were temporarily closing. And we did not close immediately, though. We performed for 4 more performances. We said one day more 4 more times. But yeah, sooner or later we were all sent home. And there I was. I rented a car and I drove back to Maryland, and there I was, the same place I was a few years before. And it was a very jarring, humbling feeling, going and living your dream and then having your dream sort of swiped out from under you. And there was a lot of reflection during that time. I think a song from the show really reflected where I was at that time. There was a time when men were kind, when their voices were soft, and their words inviting. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song. then it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame. He slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride.